You have 5 minutes, Mr. Collins.
All right. That'll work. Have the slide, please. My name is Ray Collins. I chair the South Manchaca Neighborhood Plan Contact Team. Here's our residential core of solid SF3 zoning. There is no higher zoning anywhere, and the only non-residential use is the adjacent church to the north. We all know churches are a use allowed in any zoning. Page 52 of our neighborhood plan, the text circled in red and enlarged at the top, states for SF6 zoning uses should be conditional and may be appropriate when located next to more permissive districts or intensive uses. There are none as per the previous slide. Neither the neighborhood plan nor the May 2nd council direction to staff calls for greater density in our residential core. Council has directed that density be located on transit corridors and at Imagine Austin activity centers. The October 25th revisions to the Land Division Code rewrite indicate that the South First transition zone will be 2 lots deep, shaded in blue. And I've drawn in the maximum transition zone depth given by staff. Neither calls for greater density at this property. There is no council direction for greater density based on distances from the nearest Imagine Austin activity centers. The property is in the McMansion zone. There is not a well-connected street grid. There's a typical suburban street grid, which became even more disconnected when the UP Railroad cut it north to south. From the enlarged ASMP implementation map, you can see the property is in a displacement risk zone, not a high opportunity area. Once again, neither our neighborhood plan nor council direction calls for greater density. The latest census tract data give a median household income of $45,660 with 18.4% of the residents under the poverty line. The applicant said his homes will be in the 350 to 400K range. Bank rate mortgage calculator makes that an income of $8,000 a month for a $400,000 home. And here are the monthly payments for a nearly new 339,000 home nearby and a 399,000 home nearby. The result of this income discrepancy is shown in this graph from the city demographer, April 3rd presentation to the Environmental Commission. People with 50 to 100K household incomes will be added over time, and the light brown areas in the bar graphs will continue to expand. Residents with household incomes of less than 50K will be displaced, and the blue areas of the bar graphs will continue to shrink. And then in terms of drainage, why is this property only suitable for SF3 zoning at most? Here's the drainage infrastructure for the Vinson Drive property. Straight to Williamson Creek Greenbelt, the header shown in the black diamond. And on the Flood Pro map on the right, you can better see where the header empties into Williamson Creek Greenbelt. Greater housing density and more impervious cover will only further expand the new Atlas 14 100-year floodplain and result in more flooding along Williamson Creek and Lower Onion Creek. When the LCRA rain gauge outlined in black just upstream of this property registered 12.9 inches of rain in 24 hours. This is the water entering the geographic area of our neighborhood plan. Kevin Shunk of Watershed Protection tells us that this is now a 100-year flood. Greater housing density at 4511 Vinson Drive will result in even higher floodwaters in our plan area and downstream. And again, this property is suitable at most for SF3 zoning. The text and graphics for the 3 remaining sections of my presentation are available to you in the PowerPoint. The next section illustrates that there is no basis for adding density to a transit-poor area with a car-dependent walkability score of 25. The penultimate section concerns the poor quality of the site plan, as is now apparent from the Update 0 Master Comment Report. The last section invalidates a claim the applicant made to the contact team and again to the Planning Commission that a second driveway is possible. And I just wanted to answer something that totally wrong that the applicant said, and that is that this is going to be R2A. It's not going to be upzoned. You know, it's going to be limited to the same density that it is right now under the present code. And the driveway limits the number of units that can be built. Was that the buzzer I heard just then? Okay, that's enough.